understanding kind of what's happening is articulating the challenge as well. And these are the 6 challenges that Ann and I believe are paramount that we'll go through next. If we go to the next slide, I'll hand it over to Ann, who I think has the best perspective on the first couple of challenges that we need to overcome.
So first we'll talk about global, and I could probably talk about this for hours with folks. I think that this is a fundamental shift when it comes to 21st century media, and will affect all of us in our jobs in this industry. I think there's a huge opportunity for agencies, brands, and publishers to really expand their expertise, expand where they're executing their strategies, to do that more on a global basis than ever before, right? So this really shows that laptops and desktops will not be the primary digital channel in most countries around the world, and that overall the number of people that you can reach via mobile devices will surpass in a dramatic way the number of people you can reach on laptops and desktops.
And more importantly, and on that point too, more importantly, in the mobile world, it's not about the fact that you can reach them, but they can also reach you.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point, and I mean, it's certainly a very different device. But we have never, I mean, if we think about, the digital revolution, I've been in digital media since 1996 for the last 16 years. We've never seen a revolution of change in media as big as what's going on in mobile because of the scale difference, right? The fact that you're going to be able to reach, 5 billion people around the world. So now I think there's a real opportunity for publishers in the U.S. who see their content being consumed increasingly by consumers abroad, for agencies who really need to execute strategies for their clients on a global basis, and for brands that now have the ability to execute their strategies even at a level of e-commerce and selling goods to consumers, all around the world. So this really fundamentally changes things and presents a lot of challenges for how all of the organizations that we work for are set up and how we execute against that.
So Ann and James, Sandra wants to know if your mobile numbers include tablets, or do you include, corollary to that is, do you include tablets in the mobile discussion?
Absolutely include tablets, and I think what's interesting about the question is, you have, I think, formats or the definition of mobile as being a little screen that is your phone. We've got to get away from that description or view of it, right? Because even your desktop devices are, as soon as you add a 3G wireless card to your laptop, it's suddenly a mobile device. And we'll talk a little later, but the technology differences between mobile and the original desktop device